Greetings everyone. We did discuss in one of the videos that holders of the Zimbabwe exemption permits are being rejected when they apply for a general work visa, despite the fact that they will have applied for a waiver, got granted a waiver, but when they apply for a general work visa, they get rejected. It has come to our attention that some individuals who are holders of the Zimbabwe exemption permits do not state what should be waived. This is a huge challenge because someone will go to an internet cafe, they are assisted to complete the form that indeed they are holders of Zimbabwe exemption permits. They complete the form, they send the application through. They do not write the motivation letter. Even if they write the motivation letter, they simply say, I am Mabuto Nicholas Mabena, a holder of a Zimbabwe exemption permit, work for this company. I request that you grant me a waiver for me to apply for a general work visa. Right. They do not state what they are waiver. They are asking the Department of Home Affairs to waive. Now, if you do not state in your application that these are my qualifications, or I do not have qualifications, therefore I will not be able to acquire or to be granted a certificate from the South African Qualifications Authority because I do not have qualifications, right? Many people do not have qualifications and they are working. They are holders of Zimbabwe exemption permits. So you need to state that in terms of the requirements of the general work visa, one of the requirements is that I should produce a certificate which will show that I've evaluated my qualifications with the South African Qualifications Authority. But because I do not have the qualifications to send for evaluation by the South African Qualifications Authority, I hereby request that you waive that requirement. It's important to do that in the application because you have completed your form, right? You now write a motivation letter. In most cases, people in the internet cafe that are assisting you to apply, they do not write such a motivation. So you need an agent that will write that motivation for you, because your agent, when they write the motivation, they have to download the requirements to say these are the requirements for a general work visa. What is it as an applicant that you don't have, that you need them to waive? Together with your agent, you tick, right? And then a motivation letter is written, which then clearly indicates what you need the Department of Home Affairs to waive, right? But if you just go to an internet cafe, they open the website, they apply, complete the application for you. Your employer writes a motivation letter to say, Mabuto Nicholas Mabena has been working for me for the last 20 years and I still need his services, right? The department approves the waiver. But in the waiver that has been approved, the application itself did not clearly state, for instance, the certificate from the South African Qualifications Authority. When you then apply for a general work visa, you get rejected. So you then get rejected, as we discussed in the previous video, on the basis that you did not submit or attach the certificate from the South African Qualifications Authority, right? You do the appeal. In the last video, we did discuss the appeal that someone was also rejected. The appeals whose appeal was rejected. Again, they will write and say, we dismiss your appeal on the basis that you did not submit a certificate from the qualifications authority. So it is important, therefore, that you get a credible agent that will assist you with your application. And we must make this clear so that people do not get scammed out there. We said in previous videos that the person that assists you, your agent that assists you, they do not submit documents on your behalf. They assist you to prepare the documents. Once all documents are prepared, you submit at VFS. You do not submit to your agent for your agent to submit on your behalf. No. Your agent, for instance, we work with the IBM Immigration Solutions. Their job is to assist you to say, here are the requirements of a general working visa or a spouse visa or whatever visa we are applying for, right? The agent at IBM Immigration Solutions will take you through and say, what do you have, right? They compare. Then they say, okay, you don't have this. The letter then includes what you don't have, right? That they assist you. They are assisting you to write a motivation letter to be clear on what you want to be waived. I hope this is understood. Then secondly, if you did not do that, but already you have been issued with a waiver, you are now in the process of applying for a general working visa. The advice is get your certificates or your qualifications evaluated by the South African Qualifications Authority because you did not state in your waiver application. So if you have qualifications, send them to the South African Qualifications Authority for them to grant you a certificate so that when you submit your application for a general working visa, you attach the waiver, you attach in your application a certificate from the South African Qualifications Authority. Then you will not be rejected. So what you need to do, as I now summarize, is that if you have already applied for a waiver, you got granted your waiver, sit down with your agent and say, this is the waiver that I was granted. And the agent will say, what exactly was waived? They assist you. Then the agent will tell you that while you have this waiver, but this requirement was not waived because it did not indicate in your application, right? Then they assist you to prepare all necessary documents so that when you submit for a general working visa, whether it's a business visa or whatever visa you are applying for, you will not be rejected. Please write in the comment section, like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're on TikTok, please do follow us. We are putting the email address and the contact for IBM Immigration Solutions for them to assist you. I know that most of you do not want to pay, but let me tell you something. If you do not pay your agent, right, you are going to be rejected. Once you are rejected, you appeal, you get rejected. You have no choice, but you are going to lose your job because you have been rejected. So you rather budget, pay your agent, and an agent, a credible agent, not just anyone, a credible agent, so that you have the right thing. You submit the correct documents. Goodbye.